between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Let's go!
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. It's Taylor. Buying time to his left. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now it's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Terrell Suggs coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Now he's flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Now Wilson on first down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Defense showing blitz. On first down, Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll begin the drive with a J. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go.
They run again with a J. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And a new set of downs, picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Let's go.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And this one complete to Witten over the middle. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, if you're going to pass on 3rd and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. 3rd and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run for it with a J. And some space here. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
Oh, man, a big play right there. It's 4th down, and you just need a yard to get a first. But he had his sights set on much more than that as he hits the hole hard and just breaks free into the next level.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. This is Ajayi. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here's Ajayi. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. And even 50 yards. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and his accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Wilson on the keeper, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
On 2nd down, Taylor. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Going right side, he has Witten. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Taylor drops it off to Ajayi, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he dumps it off to Blunt. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. From midfield now, here's Taylor. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
On second down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Graham. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup, as we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On second down, here's Taylor. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Wilson on second down. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he is knocked down from the side. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on fourth down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And the D looking like they may blitz. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jadeveon Clowney able to him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 37. And Forbath will put this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Shreds the tackle. Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Forced out to his left. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Ooh, the juke. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. push them deep, find some space, and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Taylor. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Caught left side, Williams. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Taylor. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Michael Bannon able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack.
Here we go.
From the gun, Taylor. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go. 1-9. Ohio.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Come on, let's go. 1-9. Flex round.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Going underneath to Blunt. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go. 38.
He's back to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with a J. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jay Ajayi taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Back to throw. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. A Seahawk 1st down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This complete to Lockett. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Orlando Scandrick just took the challenge right there. Find a way to seal the victory, and that's exactly what he did with that interception.
The product of Boise State coming up huge. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.